Hello all, so this is just a quick tutorial video on how to create your Google site that you would use for both modules WT4026 and WT4036. This will just be the setup of it. So go into Google Sites, make sure you've got your own account set up. Go into Google Sites, type in Google Sites, you'll be able to come to this page. And here you will see that you can create a new site. I already have a couple of sites here. I've got some graphic site that I'm working on, some training plans for my local GAA club. It's completely free. It's very versatile, very good for communicating different types of information, and also incredibly accessible and easy to share with other people. What you want to do is you want to create a new one. So blank, create a new Google site. And this really, the way that you customize it is up to you. It doesn't matter to me how you customize it, how you make it appear. But essentially, what I'm going to put in as my page title is WT4026 and WT4036. What you might put in, your name and your student number. You will have to have identifying, let's say, identifiers throughout this anyway, to highlight who you are. So there'll be a footer on each page, but we'll come to that later on as we walk through it. So WT4026 and WT4036, that's just what my title of my site is. And this will just be the main page here. And what I want to actually add in is I want to add in some pages. So if I go over to the right hand side here, I can see that my home page is what I'm viewing right now. And you can see that I can add in a new page. So I can add in a new page and I can dedicate this page to WT4026. And this is exactly what I want you to do. Create this WT4026, so then that adds in this page here. I want to add in another page, and of course WT4036 will be my other page. And now I can see that I can click between both of them and they've got the titles up at the top automatically. You can change those if you need to. In WT4026, I can go over to the right hand side here, and this is where I edit my pages. And what I can do is I can add in a subpage. So add subpage. And then for WT4026, the first subpage that I come across is Passive House Design Portfolio Blog. So that's my very first subpage. So I can see now that when I click on this here, that's the first thing that comes across. That's the first thing that pops down underneath it. And I can add another subpage then. That is my design portfolio presentation. Done. And that's where you'll upload your presentation for your design portfolio. That'll be all contained within there. Even though you'll be giving it physically within Teams, you'll be giving it within your labs, you'll be uploading the presentation there. That's where we will be able to see it. And then I'll add in another subpage. So I'll click on WT4026 again. And I can say that I want floor plans. And you can see now that this is starting to become populated with different pages that I can use to fill out what I need to fill out. And you can do the very same thing for WT4036 then as well. So for WT4036, I can add in a subpage, and urban design portfolio is what I want in there. So there you go. And that's now under the WT4036. So one site, two modules, everything you want to be working on will be housed within in here. Now the one that will be kind of updated all along from week 2 all the way through to the end is your Passive House Design Portfolio blog. And we want this to be in a blog form. So when you go into your Passive House Design Portfolio blog, we want you to kind of have a blog space in here. But for you to use that blog space, what we really want you to do is we want you to go to Blogger. And this is a site that's in Google, and you can go through it if you use this here, Blogger, and you can set up your own site. Now I've used this before, and I've used tests for different ones over the past while, but I'll just get rid of those. And I will just add in a new post. I'll say that this is I'll say that this post is WT402636 test, whatever. That's what it is. Actually, I'll put that in as the title. So the title will be up here, and then that'll be my writing that goes with that, and I can publish that. You'll have to set up your own Blogger account. That's fine. It'll all come underneath that Google account that you have, but this will be it here. And what we want to do then is we want to embed this onto my Google site. So I'll just add in another post, and I'll just call it there you go, and we will just look for we like woodwork. We'll just look for woodwork images. And I'll just copy this image, and I will just paste it in here just as a test to see how that shows up. So that should come in there. So I'll publish that. There we go. So it pops in. So you can see it's actually incredibly easy to do that. And what we want to do is we want to embed this within here. So your site name, again, you can have it as whatever you want. So I'll just say it's Joe's Architectural Tech, something like that. That's what I've got my site name. It doesn't matter. You're going to be easy to distinguish it. But I'm in my page for my Passive House design portfolio, and I want to embed within it my blog. Now, to do this, you go into Blogger, and what you can do is you go into settings. Now, when you initially set up your Blogger site, you'll be asked to create some sort of a custom URL, and that's what you'll basically be using within here. So go into settings, and you can see that down here, if you want to share your blog and you want to embed it within your Google site, then you just need to copy and paste out this. That is what you want to copy and paste. And for some reason, when I highlight it, it comes up here that I have to change it, or that it thinks that I want to change it. I just want to highlight it and then copy it and then pop it in here. And when I pop it in here, it automatically works for me. So I don't want my whole page to be there. I just want my actual, let's say, sorry, I do want my whole page. I don't want this to be there. I don't want my preview, which is just going to show, let's say, an individual image of what's going on it. I want to be able to actually scroll within my Google site. So I'll go and insert for that here. And now you can see within here, if I just make this a little bit bigger, I can see a lot of my posts at the one time. And it also can be published then. So that's the main thing that you get started with first of all, is setting up your site and inputting your Blogger site within it here so that you can link the two. And Blogger is where you will go to in order to make posts every week and throughout the week, and not just one post a week, but multiple posts that you're just kind of showing what you're thinking about in terms of Passive House design, in terms of Passive House principles, and what you're doing to consider your approach in the context of the house that you're designing, or in the context of Passive House design principles, whether you're aligning with them or not. Now, when it comes to the site, I won't be able to see the site until you actually publish it. And I want you to publish this site. So it already has this web address down here for me, which is perfect. That works for me. And I want to manage who can see the site and to say that it'll be fine. That works for me. So it's fine. Request public search engines to not display my site. Depends whether you want that or not. I would say just take it off. You don't want people just coming in here having a look at your work. I would say just have that tick there, so that you do not want your site displayed, especially when you're in the making of your site. Maybe at the end you'd like to use it as a display for your work and your capacity. But right now I'd say just have that tick there, just so nobody can come in and see it and look at what you're doing when you're working on it. It takes away any potential kind of concern you might have about people seeing your work half done. And then publish it. And then once I've published it, then I can then view the published site, so I can actually see it. So if I go up here to my settings, if I go up here to my, where do I go to this? Oh yes, view published site. Here it is. So there's 3 different things that you can drop down here that all kind of seem like settings. So this one here, just beside publish, is view published site. Now I can see my published site here. If I go into my home, obviously there's nothing on it at the moment. I've got my main home screen, and that's my title up here. But what I do have is I've got my Passive House Design portfolio blog here, and I can actually scroll down within it. So within your Google site page now, I can see your posts on the dates that they were put in, and I'll be keeping track of this to make sure that those dates are all, let's say, from week 1 or from week 2 all the way up to the final week. And there's a way to backdate these, but I've got a way of finding that out, and I've got a way of understanding if you've backdated it. And I want you to make sure that you are actually posting some of your design inputs and your design considerations from week 2 on. And we'll be giving you very direct prompts on what you need to do and how you need to do that as we move through the semester. More so at the start, less so towards the end. Okay, so that kind of goes through how to set up your Google sites. Now, I didn't set up everything here. Like, once I show you once, you know how to do it after that. It's very, very, very straightforward. You can mess around with the theme. You can mess around with the way that it's displayed, the colors, anything. You can add in anything you need, and that'll be absolutely perfect. Just make sure that it's communicated in a way that you see fit, and that you make decisions around the communication that you engage in first. Okay, thank you.